Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is out. I just finished seeing it a bit ago, and let me just say it is the worst movie I have seen this year by a long shot. It is absolutely boring. Like, I was literally dozing off watching this movie, waiting for it to get interesting. And that didn't happen until just maybe the last 15 minutes or so. Like, it just piqued my interest enough. I am a fan of Ninja Turtles. I enjoy like the first two 90s live action movies. Didn't care for the third one. The animation movie that came out in the 2000s, can't remember the exact year. I think that was a very underrated movie. Wish it would have continued on with that. But I've seen the cartoons, in the movies I just mentioned. But I haven't read the comic book, so I don't know the exact lore and the origins behind all this sort of stuff. So if there's something I'm critiquing about this film that actually is part of the origin story and the lore behind all that, let me know in the comments, because that part I do not know. Let's start from the beginning here. Let's start with the artwork. I suppose that's a good place to start. It kind of wants to go with that Into the Spider-Verse, animation artwork style, and it just doesn't work for this. It all just kind of is dull and bland, and nothing sticks out. It works well for the Turtles. I mean, they look fine. Master Splinter, I guess, he's okay, nothing special. The worst thing is, though, is like the humans look like they're something out of a freaking Picasso painting, okay? They're all, faces are like slanted. They look like they have something wrong with them, like they might be mutants as well. The only one who doesn't look messed up is short, fat, stumpy April O'Neil, who... There's a lot of controversy involving her before this movie came out and everything, and I understand, but I so wish that the controversy with her was the only issue with this movie, but she's really not even that important in this movie, to tell you the truth. The first time you see her, she's supposed to be like this beautiful love interest for Leo, and you're just like, seriously? Like, what? The animation, it just didn't do it for me. The voice acting, the acting part wasn't bad, but a lot of times the voice, it's almost like you're watching a dubbed anime that didn't match up very well. Sometimes it just didn't seem like it was syncing up with the movement of the mouth. Like, it just wasn't working. And a lot of times for certain characters, the voice didn't seem to match the character design or something. It's hard to explain, but Mikey's the biggest example here. He does not look like how he sounds, or he doesn't sound how he looks. Just if you see it, you may understand, but it just doesn't work. There's a couple other characters. Jackie Chan is Splinter in the beginning of the film. Has like an issue, but it kind of fixes itself throughout the movie, I suppose. But that was another issue I had with it. The movie starts off. I guess we can kind of get into a little bit of some spoilers here. Pretty much, the movie starts out as an origin story for the Turtles and the Ooze and all that sort of stuff. There's like this big baddie organization led by this woman in the dark. You don't see who she is in the beginning. She sends her SWAT goons after Baxton Stockman, who has a mutant and the Ooze and all that. And she's like, I want the mutant, I want the Ooze. And you see him, and he's got like this, I don't know, it's probably like this big of a fly creature, and guess that's like, he calls it like his kid or whatever, and he wants to create a family with other mutants. And so he's got this big vial of the glowing green ooze, and the SWAT people go in there, they bust it down, they tackle him. He's up against the wall, and he's got like the ooze in his hand, just glowing, just everybody's there to see it, and they're paying no attention to that. The little mutant fly creature kind of starts attacking the SWAT people. Stuff ensues, and these gas tanks blow up, and I guess Baxton dies. I don't really know, but the mutant creature gets away, and the vial is down there on the ground, and they're literally just kind of kicking it away, and then it gets knocked into a drain, and that's how the ooze gets into the sewer. And yeah, pretty much it jumps 15 years ahead, and you see the Turtles doing turtle teenage stuff. Then you find out that Splinter was a rat. Shocker. But he started out as a rat, and he came across the Turtles in the ooze, and they accepted him for who he was as a rat, because I guess life was tough for him as a rat in New York. And then he got the ooze on him, and they all, transformed into who we know now. So after they get transformed into the mutant creatures, he raises them as, his own kids. They kind of have a fascination with the outside world, and he decides one day to finally take them out there. And shocker, it doesn't go well. That leads to him hating humans and wanting to make sure the turtles never go out there again. He goes on later on and says they're going to milk them, which actually does kind of happen in the movie later on. In order to protect themselves from the human world, the way they become ninjas is they learn from YouTube videos. They learn how to fight and use the weapons and everything from watching YouTube and like old VHS tapes. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, again, like I said, I don't know the origin for all this stuff, but I'm pretty sure Master Splinter did not learn how to fight from watching YouTube videos or VHS tapes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let me know down below, but I thought that was just absolutely stupid. And just from then on, it's just like, I cannot get into this movie. There's nothing exciting going on. The action's dull. Another issue I had with the movie was the music. They would play, certain songs in the background of whatever was going on in the scene, and it just didn't seem to match up with what was going on there, and it just threw everything off completely. Like, it just kind of took you out of the moment, what little moment there was in the movie to enjoy. I'd say the last 15 minutes of the movie is where things can... It piqued my interest a little bit. Donnie is kind of an anime fan. He likes Attack on Titan. You find that out. And so the big bad guy at the end, he's this big old creature, pretty much Godzilla-like, tearing up New York, and he gets the idea to, defeat him from Attack on Titan, and he kind of does like the cool little, salute. That from that moment on, it's okay. There was a few chuckles I got from the movie. There's some Easter eggs here and there. If I knew this movie was going to be this bad, I would have rather walked into that movie theater wearing all pink by myself, going to see Barbie. Twice. 2 different theaters, just wearing all pink, see Barbie. Okay, like, I have not gone into a movie theater, watched a movie, and wanted to fall asleep and cannot wait for it to end. That's never happened before. Now, this isn't the worst movie I've seen in theaters. The worst movie I've ever seen was This Is the End, which, coincidentally, also another Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg movie. And one other thing. Before the movie even begins, you see Seth Rogen, doing a big old thank you speech to the audience for all coming out to watch this film in this theater, blah, blah, blah. Can we just cut the crap? Can we just stop doing that? Like, I get it, you did it in Top Gun Maverick, and that was understandable. It's kind of like the first big movie after the pandemic and everything. That's fine, but let's stop doing this in the beginning of films. Like you actually appreciate it, because we all know you don't. You don't. You just... Anyway. Just cut the crap on that. Just stop doing it. If you are trying to figure out what movie to watch this weekend or next weekend or during the week or at any point in your life, and this is an option, choose anything else. Okay, just anything else, and you will be better off. You'll be better off if you chose nothing else and just sat there and took a nap, because you're going to want to do this with this movie. I could have done the same, but I paid like $20 for this, and I wasn't gonna just pay $20 a nap when I could have done that at home. Yeah, go see The Meg 2 or Oppenheimer. That's a 3-hour movie. I sat through that thing the whole time and was not bored one bit. I did not feel like that movie was too long. Okay, anyway, if you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought down below. Maybe I'm just not the right audience for this. I don't know, but I would love to hear your opinion on this. Thank you for watching this far. I love you guys. As always, God bless.